Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Shintora and today we're going to have a look at the Demon Hunter Honor Talents. Yes, you heard right. Yesterday the Honor Talents were released on the beta client and let's just jump right into it. So the first row, obviously the anti-crowd control row, it's just as it is on live. The Gladiator's Medallion, Relentless, and Adaption. Let's move on to the next tiers. So there we're having Solitude, passive, increases your fury generation by 10% and attack speed by 10% when there are no allies within 15 yards. Reverse magic, removes all harmful and magical effects from yourself and all nearby allies within 10 yards and sends them back to their original caster if possible. Eye of Leoderas, you keep a watchful eye over the enemy. Whenever they cast a harmful spell, they suffer 5% of their health in shadow damage and refresh the duration of Eye of Leoderas lasts 6 seconds. Mana Rift, you manifest an 6-yard wide mana rift under the feet of the target. After 2 seconds, it erupts, dealing 8% of enemies' maximum health in chaos damage and destroys 8% of the enemy's total mana if present. Demonic Origins. The cooldown of Metamorphosis is reduced by 2 minutes but now lasts 15 seconds. While not in Metamorphosis, your damage is increased by 10%. Detainment. Imprison's PvP duration is increased by 2 seconds and targets become immune to damage and healing while imprisoned. Cooldown increased to 90%. 90 seconds, excuse me. Mana Break. Deals 644% of the target's maximum health in chaos damage. Damage is increased the lower the target's current mana, up to 25% of the target's maximum health in damage. Glimpse. You automatically blur for 3 seconds after you use Vengeful Retreat. Rain from above. You fly into the air out of harm's way. While floating, you gain access to phalanx, allowing you to deal damage to enemies below. And last but not least, Cover of Darkness. Increases the chance for you and allies to avoid damage within your darkness effect by 50%. Well, currently on the beta, the standard darkness doesn't provide any chance to avoid damage at all. But I guess it's just the tooltip is either bugged or the talent is bugged, because otherwise it wouldn't make sense at all to have this, right? Alright, let's switch over to the Vengeance Demon Hunters. Alright, there we go. Okay, first row, yeah, just the same thing. Let's jump to the others. Solitude. Increases your pain generation, blah blah blah. It's just like the same for Havoc. Cleansed by Flame. Immolation Aura dispels all magical effects on you when cast. Everlasting Hunt. Dealing damage increases your movement speed by 15% for 3 seconds. Jagged Spikes. While Demon Spikes is active, melee attacks against you cause physical damage equal to 30% of the damage taken back to the attacker. Illidan's Grasp. You strangle the target with demonic magic, dangling them in place for 6 seconds. Use Illidan's Grasp again to toss the target to a location within 14 yards, stunning them and all nearby enemies for 3 seconds and dealing 139 shadow damage. Tormentor. Intimidates the target, increasing their damage taken by 3% for 6 seconds. Each unique player that attacks the target increases the damage taken by an additional 3%, sticking up to 5 times. Your melee attacks refresh the duration of Intimidated. Sigil Mastery reduces the cooldown of your sigils by an additional 25%. Demonic Trample. You enter Metamorphosis, moving at 200% increased speed for 5 seconds, knocking down all enemies in your path and dealing 139 physical damage. During Demonic Trample, you are unaffected by snares but cannot cast spells or use your normal attacks. Reverse Magic, just like the same for the Demon Hunters. Detainment, also just like the same for the Havoc spec. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you get to know what you wanted to know. Leave a comment. If you got any questions, leave them in the comment section. Like and subscribe. Have a nice day, guys. I'm out. Goodbye.